Okay guys, I thought that I would do a workshop tour since most of you guys haven't seen this. So let's start here. I've got a jet drill press and I built this cabinet. It's got all my goodies and stuff in it. This is my router table. This isn't an ordinary router, it's air cooled. Let's see if I can get inside here and show you. See the exhaust ports here? They're actually going out to pull air in. There's no opening at the top of the router. It's completely sealed, but that allows it to be ridiculously precise, and it's cooled via air so you don't get dust and stuff in it. It's very neat. There's all my bits and stuff. It's one of my projects. That's a Remington. That's made out of about a 50-year-old ammo crate. Dust system, I do a one dust connection per tool and just move it around. Because the shop, I designed it for one person at a time, although I've had 7 people in here. Clamps in the corner, my chop saw, my jet band saw, I love that thing. Then I've got a 1632 jet drum sander. Man, this thing is the cat's meow whenever it comes to sanding bodies and stuff. Some of my clamps inside here. I don't know what we have, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I made these cabinets too. Just different odds and ends, you know, use of space. Here's my dado blade and my internet connection. Love internet. Okay, there's some of my disc, and this is my baby right here. Here's a couple more guitar bodies I'm working on. This is my saw stop and my saw stop cabinet. And this is the best saw you can own. It's nuts. Some of the blades and the gauges and stuff, clamps. Now, we'll look upstairs. At the very top, this is where I keep, those are bodies that are drying or been killed already. Some other plywood and extra storage and stuff. But that's where I keep the really good wood. You can see on the other end, that's the bench itself. If we go down this right wall from the drill press on, I had rigid tools for the longest time, and it kind of made me mad because they're supposed to have a lifetime guarantee on the batteries. I had a battery fail in my roof nailer on the right hand side, and they wouldn't replace it. So I've started moving over to Milwaukee tools, which I'm very happy with. These are Dragon files for doing necks. Super sharp, but I handcraft necks, Japanese saws, my sanders. Yeah, here's 3 of my routers, and I keep different bits on them as I'm doing body routes or what have you. You know, and I just kind of designed this to be my work area with epoxies and glue and, you know, papers and rulers that I needed to get to. Portable workbench. I can move this thing anywhere. It's great. There's a neck that's coming along. You can see this fretboard. That's Pale Moon Ebony. Beautiful wood. I use a lot of it. It's very expensive, but it comes from Vietnam, and nobody's got it. Way cool. This is my fretting cabinet. This has got anything to do with fret dots, fretboards, frets, cutting out a fretboard, cutting out the tuning pegs, any of that stuff. Sanding blocks. That's my very cool, heavily magnified eyes that I use often. One of my dust masks, I've got them all over. Some patterns and stuff I've made over the years. Some neck patterns. Now I have a real good friend in Canada who now makes a lot of my patterns for me because I don't want to put a CNC machine in here. And he gets them for me at a good deal. But I do a lot of Telecasters, love those. Yeah, and I have a few Strats, and there's my Strat patterns. I'm a big Randy Rhoads fan, and that is the spec on Randy Rhoads Flying V. And I've made a couple of those. But again, here's my charging station for my Milwaukee stuff, and some of the batteries still for the rigid. But air compressor, water filter, vapor filter. I do all my spraying and stuff here in the house. Most of the stuff that I do is nitrocellulose, which they originally used in the 50s at Fender. I do the same process, same color mixing and everything. This is my goodie cabinet. It's got Dremels and all my tools and flute meters and soldering stations. I use this thing all the time when I'm in the last part of the build, so that we can get things sorted out as far as electronics. I used to wind my own pickups, but I have a buddy from France who moved to the South Carolina area, and he and I have been fast friends for probably 10 years. So he is now custom winding all of my pickups. Okay. My shelves underneath, zip ties, caps meaning capacitors, clay dots that I've already made. I make all my inlays and stuff for the next. We go up here. Let me see. Yeah, here's some of the pickups. Yeah, you can see these. His name is Joe Dominger. And these are some of his strap pickups. And man, these things are nuts, though. I mean, they are nuts. Powerful, cool, bluesy. Yeah. So anyway, that is my shop. And that is my story, and I'm sticking to it. I'm keeping this in here as I need it from time to time because I'll put stuff on it, pin things to it so I can look at diagrams and stuff. You can't remember everything about dimensions, so I keep them out and reference everyone every time I make a guitar. Same thing with wiring diagrams, and I've wired up hundreds of them, but I still use the Duncan models. But yeah. Oh, don't let me forget the stereo. There's my Bluetooth stereo up here, and I've got 4 of the kickers, so I've got right about 600 watts in here when I really want to get silly with it. But that's looking back over the shop. And that's my child. I love this place. This is my sanctuary. My son had that made for me for Father's Day 2 years ago. It's made out of like an old saw blade style. So guys, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the tour. This is what we have.